Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My video title, you know what this video is about. Steelers at Bengals this Sunday. I believe it's 12 o'clock game. I also will not be doing a live watch party on this Sunday like that because I'll be watching the game, of course. I'll be watching the game, but I won't be doing a live watch party this Sunday. But next week I will be back with the live watch parties. But Steelers at Bengals this Sunday is going to be a crazy game. The rivalry game, you know, the rivalry games are always intense, it's always fiery. People always going at it, and you know, like the bloodlust, and the bruising, the beatdown, the old days of the Steelers and the Bengals used to go at it. Steelers and Browns, Steelers and Ravens, and stuff like that. It's gonna be a little different this time around because it's new faces, and of course, Joe Burrow being injured, and you got Browning starting at quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're gonna see how things shape out for them, but starting off with some of the injury reports, of course, Joe Burrow out for the season with the torn ligament to his hand. And then Jamar Chase is good to go, of course. T. Higgins is a guy who's questionable. The coach mentioned and said, hey, he might be available, just like Sam Hubbard as well. Minka Fitzpatrick, a little questionable. They don't know for sure if he's going to be there. Cam Hayward, I think he's good to go, but he did get tweaked up. They say he got a little banged up in that last game against the Browns, so we're going to see how he is. Landon Roberts got shaken up a little bit too in that game, so we're going to see. I think most of those guys should play. T. Higgins is questionable, and Hubbard is questionable. Most likely they'll probably be back, though. We're going to see how things shape out. Because Higgins got a hamstring injury, just like Minka Fitzpatrick, he got a hamstring injury as well. Those hamstring injuries can be a little shaky. Sometimes it can take you out 3 weeks to 6 weeks, and it can cost you a little because, like, especially at a position like that. Now, if he was playing like quarterback or something, he might be able to come back faster. But since you're playing like, you know, safety and he's playing receiver, it's kind of a little tougher on your body because you got to be able to explode, and if your hamstring is tight and like you have a hamstring injury, it's gonna affect your whole game. So some of those guys a little questionable. Some of those guys may be back, may not be back, but we're gonna see how things shape out. But the Steelers, as you guys know, Steelers fired Matt Canada. Coach Tomlin gave the news, I believe on Tomlin Tuesday, yesterday, gave the news, the quote before he went to the podium. Said that they fired Matt Canada that morning, and also I think you see that Sullivan is going to be a play caller. We've seen Sullivan call plays before in Tampa and with the New York Giants. The rankings on the offense wasn't the best, but he was playing with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that's when they had, it said back in 2012. Was that Josh Freeman? Or that was James, it might have been James Winston, rookie season maybe. Or Josh Freeman, it was somebody. I know it was like one of the older days. And then the Giants, they said in 2017, you know, Giants was kind of Giants made the playoffs in 2016, but I think 2017 was the year they started declining. That was the year they kind of fell off and stuff. They started playing bad football and stuff. So I think, we're going to see what he does with the, you know, good offensive unit around him. I don't think he's going to be the offensive coordinator entering the next season. Now, if you go out there and the Steelers offense start playing great and start going out there and, like, they finish the season averaging 26 points per game or 27 points per game or something, then he might be the offensive coordinator. But most likely, I think the Steelers probably can go out there and probably bring a guy in. Probably go out there and maybe find like a great offensive guru from college who's at a high level college. Not the Maryland, like we got high level college, like from Alabama or some crazy like, you know, Clemson or Georgia or somewhere like that from a crazy college, or somebody in the NFL already, you know, who's a high offensive mind, you know, somebody from a staff like the Eagles staff or somebody from the 49ers staff or the Dolphins staff, because they got some guys too over there. So you might find a guy like that because, you know, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniels, Matt LaFleur as well, too, for the Packers. Those guys are some great offensive gurus. So somebody from their staff, maybe a quarterback coach, maybe give them an opportunity from there or something and just see, like, okay, give one of these guys a chance because those guys are super offensive-minded guys and very crafty, and they come from a coaching tree of these guys who have been very, very good. So we're going to see what the Steelers do next season for that. But Sullivan, hopefully he does well. Only thing I do really is just do typical Steeler football. Just run the ball. You know, attack the middle of the field, because we never used the middle of the field. Everything was always, you know, speed out routes or a kind of a comeback route or a curl. It was never like, we never seen any digs in the middle of the field to get their guys in space, no crossing routes, which is one of the hardest routes to cover, especially you got a guy like George Pickens and Deontay who's very shifty and very quick as well. Those are probably a hard route for people to cover. And like, you know, any deep post routes, no sluggos, we never see anything attacking the middle of the field. No seam routes at the middle from the tight ends. Everything's always a quick out route or some little hitch under, and never anything explosive to get the playbook, to get the players on defense, and, you know, to open up the playbook and get the players on defense to like take you to like a threat. We've seen occasionally, sometimes, like when Calvin Austin got down the field a few times, hit the big play against the Raiders, and we've seen some occasionally plays when George Pickens got a big catch here and there, but they don't use they don't have the middle of the field too much. So hopefully that gets implemented more in the offense, and we see more of that But one thing I like about this matchup though is that the Browns defense was #1 ranked defense. So the Steelers started struggling on against that offense. Our first time we played the Browns, we really didn't. The offense didn't really go crazy because Kenny Pickett had 200+ yards passing, but 72 of those yards came from the George Pickens touchdown play on that one play. But the defense scored more touchdowns than the offense in that game. You had the pick six from Alex Highsmith, and then TJ Watt had to scoop and score as well. So the defense played lights out that one. They played lights out in this past game too. They only allowed the Browns to put up 13 points, and our defense is only allowing, I think, 19 points per game, and we lead the league in takeaways. So this defense is playing at a high level, a very high level. Now you look at the rankings, like in yardage. Of course, the defense yardage is not too good. It's like ranked 25th in passing and 30th in rushing and all types of things. But if you look at the total numbers, because I don't care how many yards you get, as long as you don't get in the end zone, it doesn't matter to me. Look at the total points. Teams only putting up 17, 18, and it's still only averaging, only allowing 19 points per game, and that's real doable. If your defense going out there with the injuries we have as well, that kind of happened throughout the season, to be able to only allow teams to put up 19 points per game against you, you should be able to go out there and win most of these games, especially the matches we got next. The Bengals defense is not as good as it was in the past. They lost Von Bell, they lost Jesse Bates, so the Steelers should be able to attack that middle of the field and be able to attack down the field, attack that secondary. The pass rush is still pretty good, but the secondary is weakened, so they should be able to attack the secondary. So our defense will go out there and do what they always do and hold the Bengals to under 19 points, around 19, 18-ish points, right around that range. Our offense should be able to go out there and put up at least 20 points, 23 points. 26 points maybe. So my prediction for the score is probably going to be like 27-16. I think the Steelers should be more than capable enough to go out there and put up 27 points. I don't have no worries in defense. I know defense go out there, they're going to do their job. They're going to play hard, and they're going to tackle. They're going to look to stop the run, and they're going to try to make with Browning at the ball in his hands so we can get our guys on the edge, and TJ Watt, who has 11.5 sacks, and Alex Highsmith, who's Alex Highsmith got 5.5 sacks, but he got some great pressure. I think he's second in the league in pressure behind Michael Parsons. He can get pressure in there. Most likely he don't get credit for the sack because he get pressure in and somebody else might get the sack, but his running rate is second to none. So he should feast in this game as well. Campbell Bennett been playing some amazing football as well. We see him get pressures in as well. Cam Hayward too made some plays too as well. So a lot of these guys are balling out. We've seen the secondary step up. Patrick Peterson the past 2 games have played better in coverage, especially coming out the slot and guarding two situations. We've seen Thompson, number 17, come out. I haven't seen anybody wear 17 in a while. I think who last person wear 17? I don't know. The only person I can think of is Eli Rogers, but I think somebody else wore the number after Eli Rogers, the receiver. I think it was who wore 17. It was somebody else who wore 17 before, but a 17. Number 17 for a cornerback. It looked a little weird, looked a little strange and stuff out there. I think it's safety, but he had some big plays. Then Njoku was lined up on a one-on-one. He broke it up. And we see another play, too. He got matched up one-on-one and broke it up. Had 2 pass deflections in that game. And we just see him go out there making plays. Thompson played pretty good, stepped up well, too, in the void, filling the void of Keanu Neal. So hopefully Minkah Fitzpatrick is back. That'd be great if he's back. If he's not, we need the guys to continue to step up and make plays. And, just like, hey, go out there and be the best version of you. Don't try to be Minkah Fitzpatrick. Don't try to be Keanu Neal. Be Thompson. Be yourself. And go out there and continue what you're doing, and you're going to see some good things happen. But the Steelers should be able to get in there and defensively be able to get in there and try to stop the run too as well. Joe Mixon's a good running back. Like that, but try to stop the run. But we should be able to get in there and sack the quarterback a lot. Joe Burrow, you look at the numbers. He got sacked 51 times in 2021. Got sacked 41 times in 2022, and he got sacked 24 times this year. From 2021 and 2022, Joe Burrow was the most sacked quarterback with 92 sacks in that span, and he has 116 sacks. Been sacked 116 times the past 3 years. And I think that's second to, I think it was in that stretch was like second to Andrew Luck or something like that. The Bengals got to find a way to add some old linemen around. We see him get injured with the torn ACL his rookie season, taking a lot of hits. And then we seen him get injured this season with the torn ligament in his hand. Remember that one year he went to the Super Bowl and gave us the Titans. He got sacked 10 times. He still won the game, but he was getting sacked throughout the entire playoffs. And then you see the game-winning play that the Rams made on Joe Burrow. He getting in the pocket, and Aaron Donald getting there and breaking it up. So they got to find a way to build that O-line up to protect Joe Burrow, because you don't want another Andrew Luck situation. Andrew Luck was a great quarterback. He came in the league. He had that confidence. He had that fire. He had that great IQ. And he went out there and made a lot of plays, but he took a lot of punishment, took a lot of hits, and had shoulder injuries and injured the injuries. And sometimes, not just physically the injury take a toll on you, but mentally it take a toll on you as well because you have to keep coming back. But I just came back from injury, and I got to come back again and do this whole little comeback story, this little getting on the grind, and all this rehabbing and stuff. And sometimes players just get mentally drained and mentally exhausted, and you don't want to do anymore. So hopefully the Bengals get some protection around Joe Burrow. He's a good quarterback. I know I'm a Steeler fan. I shouldn't be like trying to look and like root for the opposing team, the Bengals, but I respect the game of football, and Joe Burrow's a great player, a very good player. I think he'll be great in this league for a long time too. But they got to find a way to protect him. They got to add a left tackle, go out there and add pieces. You have those three pieces. You have a left tackle. When you have a good left tackle, a good quarterback, and a good pass rusher, you can go out there and win a Super Bowl. So that's the three pieces you need. But also in this game, I want to see Kenny Pickett go out there and just make consistent throws. Timely throws is the ones that like. Now he got I need to see him make some of those big throws too, like those big third down conversions. His third downs they're gonna come, they're gonna happen. But I want to see him go out there and make those big time throws occasionally, but make the timely throws on a constant basis because I feel like he's been missing some of the easy ones, some of the easy crosser ones, some of the easy check down ones, and stop being predetermined with your reads. Now in certain situations, I know you're the red zone, then you want to be predetermined with your reads. You're like, okay, are we doing this little screen pass on the outside? We're throwing the flat route to the running back. But don't be predetermined to your reads on some plays throughout the entire game because that right there can come back to bite you. We've seen Kenny, he didn't even try to look. He just said, hut, and he just threw it right to Najee. And on third down, threw his third and long, 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7, and he didn't go nowhere because the team's been seeing him do that the entire game. So he only looking at that one person instead of him dropping back, looking at, if I'm a quarterback, I play for the Steelers, I'm looking like this. George Pickens is 6'2", 6'3"-ish. And you got Denzel Johnson over there who had 100 catches before, 1,000 yards, a Pro Bowl receiver as well. I'm looking George Pickens' way first, and I'm looking Denzel Johnson way, and then Pat Freiermuth. Those my three. Those my reads. Pickens, DJ, and Freiermuth. I'm looking like that because I know those guys. If push comes to shove, I can maybe force one of him, and he come down with it. Pat Freiermuth come down with it. Denzel Johnson, now he might be open. He might come down with the physical balls in the air, the 50-50 balls, but he will come down. He'd be open and make some plays sometimes too as well. So I'm looking at George Pickens first though, because I feel like he's the most athletic and the most talented on the outside of our receiving core. So I'm looking at him first. He should be getting targeted at least 10 to 15 times a game. 10 to 15 times a game like that. I don't care how many he catches, but he should be targeted a lot of time. Most time when you target him like that, he's going to find ways to make plays and make catches as well. So the Steelers got to find a way to get in rhythm. Kenny Pickett got to find a way to go through the motion and look at his reads because I feel like he digressed. Because last year we seen the last I think 7 or 8 games after the bye week when the Steelers went 7-2 and Kenny Pickett numbers, you're like, okay, there you go, he's playing pretty good, look promising. And then it's this year, he had bright moments here and there, but I feel like now he's kind of digressing. He's kind of just playing too conservative. I'm like, you got to take a chance sometime. You can't just be throwing these checkdowns over and over if you're going to win the game. So hopefully you see more things open up. Matt Canada got fired, so he was the guy who gets fired. Now, if nothing changes when he gets fired, then you know who's the next person to blame. You know it's going to be on Kenny Pickett. A lot of pressure on Kenny Pickett right now because he go out there and he plays the same way. You'd be like, okay, I thought it was Matt Canada. You said the plays was going to open up for you. You couldn't do it right. So they're going to make him look a little like, okay, and still be like, okay, we might have to seek some other adventures at quarterback. So we're going to see what happens, but this is all I got for this video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.